Hey Finn. It is 10 to 8 on day
6.
Day 6. And we're about to leave.
This place?
We forget what it's called.
Yes, Passiano.
Passiano, just off the Amalfi Coast. And we're going to be heading east across the country to Foggia.
Foggia.
Foggia. But we believe there is another there's another free municipal parking space for us, this time promising power.
Morning traffic in Passiano. Friday morning traffic, that is.
Yes, so we've been sitting in this traffic, stuck in this traffic for how long now?
Quite a while.
Almost 20 minutes.
Yeah.
It's tough.
At least we're not going to work. We're seeing people around us getting quite frustrated, having to message to say, no, I'm still stuck in the traffic. At least it's a pretty view. Past the blockage and we're free moving. Yay!
Yeah, on the right we're going to see the
Ocean
and the Amalfi Coast.
which we are skipping because apparently we can't get there in the van. We'll have to come back with a scooter sometime. Vespa.
On the right? Wow.
That is stunning.
There's the Amalfi Coast. We'll be back. We'll be back to take that on.
It is very pretty to see from above. Glad we at least got to see this.
Onwards to Foggia. If you've just joined us, which I don't see how, it is YouTube, we are now traveling from the Amalfi Coast, or Salerno, across the boot to the eastern side of Italy, where I believe the water might be slightly warmer. Although, we didn't get a chance to swim on the western side just because it was impossible to find a spot to get to the water in this huge contraption of ours. But stay tuned, and yeah, it's going to be 1 hour 23 minutes. We're not going to get all the way to the other coast today, but we will be going to a interesting little town.
Hey Finn, we are getting hungry, so we're going to have a snack while we're driving, and we have this very cute little box, Parma Reggio, and it should have a little block of cheese, some crackers and a juice box. Let's see. Helps if you have pre-opened the box. There we go. That's very cute, little triangle of cheese. Pack of bread sticky crackers. And a pear juice. Yay. there's camper service.
Parking, camper parking.
Mm-hmm.
Yeah, let's go down there.
There's a camper. That looks beautiful.
It does.
There's the blue car that we almost connected with.
Does that look like power?
Yes.
Hey friends, we have arrived in the village of Troy, and this is a very lovely spot because it's, yes, big block of flats over there, but other than that it's very nice, and there is a very nice view through those trees. But the important thing about this site is it's free. Even the power appears to be free. But we parked here and no one seemed to have come and asked us for anything. And this is the view I was talking about through the trees. And this valley, or the surrounding areas, hundreds and hundreds of wind turbines. So like most, and I think that over there is Foggia. So we're not technically in Foggia. We are inside, we are within 10 kilometers of it. Yeah, and yes, this place, like all Italian villages, likes to sit on top of a hill. They loves that, sitting on top of a hill. But yeah, there we go. There's two other campers here. So, might have mentioned before, I don't like to stay in a place that it's only us, because then I don't feel secure. But having two other campers here helps. And now we're going to go off and explore this town.
Yay, find some food. What's that you're eating, Mr. Andrews?
A salmon sandwich with things.
Beans. Nice. And where are you?
I'm in
Troia,
Troy, yeah.
which is just outside Foggia. And look how empty the streets are, because it is lunch break, lunch nap, lunch sleep time. And we're going to move our prime parking for a bit, so who knows where we'll park on our way back. 5 minuti dopo.
Hey Finn, we are doing that inevitable and usually unspoken about job.
Sure.
While campervanning, we have to stop at a
Laundromat.
do-it-yourself laundromat.
Yeah.
So it's going to take 40 minutes for the washer. Then we use the machine to put it into the huge tumblers for another 25. And while that happens, we sit in the van.
Yeah, and get on with things, because we can have a nap or read or anything really, have a coffee while we wait. And this is a very good one because it is self-service, and when we first popped our heads in, the lovely lady explained exactly what to do, and luckily the instructions also have English, so that's very helpful. And now we're going to have nice, clean, dry laundry when we get back to the van, which is good.
And also, we think it's okay. We were lucky enough to park the van right there. So hopefully no one shouts at us.
Yep.
Time for coffee.
Yay.
While we wait for our laundry, we went to the cafeteria Sweet Life next door.
Which should be closed, but wasn't. And got a coffee, yay! And €2.80 for both is very, very good. We've paid €4 for just one of these guys, so to get the cute little espresso also for Hamburg is very nice. Yay! Now we can be pleasantly entertained while we wait for our laundry.
We have just organized a Italian SIM card for Lee.
Yay.
Now she is
Connected. Has data of her own for the first time this holiday.
And we have 100 gigs that we need to use in a week.
Wow.
But look at this park that we've just walked into.
Look at the pretty fountain behind me. It's up there. Do you repeat?
Stand up.
Say that again.
Very cold art.
Oh dear, on the bench.
Cold.
Not very pretty though. Benches all around. And very, very pretty fountain. Look at that.
And you can hear the bells. The bells. That is the authorities signaling everyone that it is time for a fiesta. Time to wake up and eat.
Hi.
It is evening of day 6. We've just come back from our dins in Troia. We were hoping for a nice Italian, at least themed, restaurant where it was 12. They were advertising 12 euros for 2 courses.
Yeah, and a side dish and water.
And a side dish and free water.
Which is a whole euro elsewhere. So, that didn't happen because the place didn't open. They said they would open at 7:30. We waited around. We're not used to eating at 7:30. We waited it around. We walked up and down the town 3 or 4 times. And then at the end of the day, they just didn't open. So we went to this... Please forgive us. We went to an American-themed bar and had a burger. Un ora fa.
Tip number?
4, 5. First one in Italy.
Yes. I've gone too far.
Oh my goodness.
Gone too far.
You overachiever. We'll have to try again.
We had an American food in Italy. But the worst is, when we left, we saw the other restaurant had opened.
And the sad thing is we had waited until after 8. So we had given them extra time and thought there's no way they're opening now. So I will eat something else, whatever we can find. And there wasn't anything else. There wasn't anything Italian available, sadly. So
At least not in walking distance
yeah.
that we were comfortable with.
Because also it started raining, so...
Anyways, that's rain. So, focus. That's better. So, tomorrow we'll be heading up the east coast towards Bologna. Not bon appetit, that's good food. That's not bon voyage, that's traveling. What's have a nice sleep in Italian?
Buonanotte. Buonasera.
Buenas noches. Hey friends, it's now morning of day 7. Saturday. We are going to leave Troia, and we're going to be heading...
Do you see the doggy being groomed outside the window?
Can you see the doggy being groomed outside the window?
Having a whole hairdressing salon moment.
Yeah. Anyways, and we're going to be heading up the we're heading north up the
East
coast of Italy to Pescara.
Pescara, which means fishy things.
And then from there we're going to go a little bit inland to our place to stay the night. And of course, anything that fantastic happens, you'll be the first to know.
Yay! Keep watching, friends. Bit of a toll. We've gone to the Biglietto queue, which means we're going to get a ticket because we don't have an auto tag thing. So all we do is roll up to the window. There's no person behind there.
Press big red button.
There's one above or one below, depending on you.
But this bloody vehicle is directly in between the two.
Oh dear. Red button. Ticket received. Pass to me. Boom is raised. Now I just hold on to this until we off ramp, and it'll tell us how much we have spent for this bit of road.
Your pizzas.
My pizzas. What are you busy drinking?
A doppio espresso.
Because you're on the road.
Because I'm Italian. My name is Pedro.
Not Pepe.
The autostrada now. We drove to Pescara, and now we're driving 40 or so k's 17 k's into inland to find our town
with our campground for the night. Chepagatti, is that it? Perhaps.
So now we're using a new app which gives us a route and takes the size of your vehicle into account.
Yay!
Which is fantastic, because Google Maps was trying to take me through roads that I wouldn't take my lawnmower.
Drops around the chicken garden area, camper.
Relax. Yep, this is it. And we need to pay on entry.
Okay.
Yes, this is it. There's the PowerPoint. Oh, perfect.
Great. We're here, friends.
Hey, friends. So we have arrived at the town of Catignano.
Catignano.
And we have found our camp spot for the night. Now this is it over here. And it's a very nice place. And we're the only ones here. So if you have a look, this is all it consists of. Over there. Now, I haven't explained to you exactly. I've explained to you the interior of the van and the exterior, but how the campervan facilities work is you drive in, you take a ticket from the machine, and then when you leave you give the ticket back to this machine and it'll charge you, and you put in coins or you use your card, and that's it. It's all automated. You don't have to deal with any humans. And for us to stay 24 hours here, it's going to cost €10, which is pretty good. because we also get electricity and water, and we also get to empty our grey water. So you just traverse the van over this hole over here and then open the tap and your van basically takes a pedal, has a wee, urinates onto the ground, and then this is what you use to wash everything. Somewhere around here I think is the black water, which is the poo-poo of the business, or maybe there isn't. Either way, I think it's a nice place, and the restaurant we're gonna eat right there, ristorante. But of course they only open at 7. There we are. What's your name?
We've been joined at our campsite by a little sweetheart.
He is a sweetheart.
Hello, you are sweetheart. I have no food though. I'm just greeting you. Yes, you are precious. Are you just doing the rounds? Yeah.
It's okay.
Sure, you're sweetie.
He's a bit skittish.
Yeah. It's okay. We'll be here all night, okay? You can come back. Okay.
We've just popped our noses into the restaurant that we'll be eating at this evening, and very big language barrier, but somehow we got 2 free espressos out of the deal.
Yeah, shame. So sweet.
Your first espresso.
Occasion. Won't be my last. My first espresso ever, TV, at the age of 41, really living my best midlife. Ooh.
This is how we're killing time before our 8 o'clock restaurant opens. This is the thing in Italy. They live on
Mediterranean time.
like the rest of the, I'm not going to say the rest of the world, but where we come from, it's 8 hours sleep and 16 hours awake. Italy does it the wrong way.
Different. Other.
The other way round. I'm not going to say the wrong way, the other way around. Where the businesses close at 1 o'clock in the afternoon and then open again at 8.
5 sometimes.
At 5 sometimes. There we go. See you guys just now. Okay, it is now 8 o'clock in the evening and this restaurant has only just opened. We're now going to attend the Ristorante Cappuccini. So we are seated with the second table here at 8 o'clock. And there is, as we expected, a big language barrier. A little bit of confusion on who wants what, but let's see where it goes. Case in point. I asked for a glass of red wine. This is my head, and that's a big head. Okay, so what they have brought us is what they say using the translator app. This is raw cod.
Crudo. With pomegranate seeds and onion, I think.
Yeah.
And olive oil. Looks good.
So let's see what raw cod. I mean, I love raw salmon.
Yes. Yeah, I'm there too. And?
I like it.
Good, Charlie.
It tastes
Fishy?
like raw cod. I like it. It tastes like something similar that I've had before, but you can't
Put your tongue on it.
So So the taste is very similar to salmon, but not. It tastes just like that, raw fish. Whereas salmon you wouldn't think is raw fish because we're all so used to it with sushi. And then everyone would say, oh no, be careful with raw fish. But this tastes and looks meticulously prepared. It's very nice. Good morning all. It is day Sunday. We had a nice sleep until 12:30. There's a wine festival that was going on in the village next to us, but it's across a valley and the sound carries, and they decided to start partying at 12:30, and that went on until just before 3. Very loud, so we didn't get very much sleep.
And then, as you can possibly hear in the background, church bells at 8 a.m. Yay! So from rock concert to church music.
Italy. Anyways, we are headed straight for a McD's breakfast before continuing up the coast to the town of
San Marino side.
Towards San Marino. We found a McDonald's for breakfast, but to my horror, they don't do eggy McMuffins, or anything with eggs for that matter. McDonald's breakfasts in Italy only have croissants and flapjacks. What the hell, Italy?
Don't get us wrong, the pistachio cornetto was delicious, and our whole breakfast tray only cost us €5, one of our cheapest in the whole of Italy.
Hey fam, so we've arrived at Pescara?
No.
Pescara.
No. Rimini.
Just a little past. We'll show you here on the infographic currently appearing on your screen. This is where we are. We've made it here. It's now 3:30 in the afternoon, and it is another unpaid, unofficial parking spot. We're in a car park at a beachfront. The beach is about 200 meters in that direction over there, but it's quite nice. There is one more camper here. There goes a very fast train, and also quite close to an airport. See the planes coming in. But yes, this is where we are for the evening. No power tonight, and some restaurants and bars just in that direction. I'm hoping they're all closed now because everyone closes in an afternoon. So I'm hoping they open later on.
And?
Yeah, it's cold.
How cold?
Not as cold as the Atlantic.
Evening. This is me having my first ever cannoli in Italy. We're a week and a half in and I haven't yet had one. So of course Hubcap had to kindly make me a coffee to go with it, because you can't just have your pastry treats. This one was $1.99 from Conad, which is a little pricey but not too bad. Okay, now we're gonna have our bite. First we're gonna smell it though. It smells very nice. I can smell the ricotta and the chocolate, and this is gonna be very flaky, so watch out, friends. That's good. Look at that.
Do you dip it in your coffee?
No, but I can. It's gonna go all. Ooh.
We're now having a walk down the beach. It's deserted, but it's now 6:30.
Yeah.
So we're hoping to find something to eat.
But it is too early. It needs to open at 7, so we're being a bit silly.
We're being a bit premature. And we are back, and we have successfully found a pizzeria ristorante.
Yay! Look at mine. Potato on top. Baked potato, apparently.
Yes, and mine is
Capricciosa.
yes, sausage and artichoke apparently.
And ham and mushrooms. From
Ham and
Caesar.
mushrooms. Bon appetit, and then see you in the morning.
Beijing.
Guidazione in corso. Restare in attesa.
9:16.
Arrivederci.
Arrivederci. Where is this?
Bologna.
We survived the night, but we don't want to do another night like that. So we're getting off the mountain. I think those are the Dolomites.
I think so.
Or one of them.
Yeah, and that looks like snow there. There's one.
No, over there. Anything.
Beijing.
Like and subscribe.
Subscribe and like.
Yay!
Leave a comment.
Well, nearly.